back. It's another day. Today we're going to be headed out to Cabarrus Arena and Event Center for the gun show. Never been to one in Cabarrus, so we'll see how it goes, and afterwards film an episode of Pause. We'll be talking about a few things. Stay tuned. I definitely thought they kidnapped your ass. I was like, do I need to go in and get this dude? We rolling.
You got a charger?
Yeah. Which one you want? So my man Lex is back in the whip. Had to make a pit stop after leaving Cabarrus gun show. Cool gun shows. Good to see, gun shows coming back to North Carolina. We're back in here. So good to see.
What was that at the Cabarrus Arena in North Carolina?
Cabarrus Arena and Event Center in North Carolina.
Good stuff. I liked it. Could have had a little bit more.
But hey, we're easing back into it, baby steps.
Yes. Good stuff out there.
So we're in Uptown. Matter of fact, we right here in the heart of it, on South Tryon, just passing the theater and the Starbucks across the street from it. And after leaving the gun show, and we wanted to talk about a couple of things, a couple of observations that I made. As far as concealed carry is concerned, I noticed, Lex was carrying off body, and I was carrying on body. So, I wanted to spark the conversation for this episode and talk about, the difference between off body, on body, and what do we do? What do we do when we're stopped by, when we have a police contact? So, Lex, what do you think if you're carrying off body as you are, that the proper procedures are for a police contact? What do you think will get you home safe and get him home safe?
I guess by off body you mean carry concealed, or
on the concealed.
Open carry.
No, we're talking about concealed, but we're talking about off body, because off body concealed can be, in a backpack, in a purse.
Well, I definitely got mine in my backpack.
Right.
Chilling, ready to go.
Yeah.
Shoot. I mean, I thought as long as I got it in my backpack and it's in the whip, it's in the backpack, it's concealed, right?
Yeah, it's right? It's definitely concealed, as long as you have concealed
I should
carry.
be good to go. I should be good to go.
You are good to go. You are good to go. But what do we do? What's your take on if you have a police contact? If you're stopped by an officer and you got your good to go backpack concealed, you got your pistol concealed, and you're good to go backpack. What do you think your What do you think your steps are? How do you get home? And how does he get home?
Shoot. So if I get stopped by a police officer,
Right.
I got my firearm in my backpack.
Right.
Concealed.
Yep.
Well, if I get stopped, I just, leave my weapon in the backpack, right?
Right.
Leave it in the backpack, and from there, just put it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it back here, behind the whip,
Right.
in the back seat.
Right.
It's out of reach, I would assume. So I should be good to go.
Well, I mean, you're a concealed carry holder, so you technically you are good to go. But the steps that you need to take if you have a police contact is a little bit different as a concealed carry holder, right? You have a police contact. The first thing that you need to do is let the officer know, officer, I'm armed.
Okay.
You want to let them know the location of the firearm, and most importantly, you want to let them know that I do have a concealed carry permit, and the location of your permit, and as I mentioned, the firearm.
So I gotta let them know the location of my firearm, where I got it, right? Where it's sitting at.
Absolutely.
I gotta let them know I'm carrying my concealed carry permit. Okay.
Yep.
And where that's at. Okay.
Right.
So outside of that, what else? I mean,
you have to wait for instruction. A professional LEO, law enforcement officer, will know how to deal with that. We'll give you proper instructions to say, okay, thank you for that information. Okay, so you're saying, well, I'm not a LEO, and I've never served in the military. I'm just going based off my training. By the way, happy Veterans Day to you. It's a Navy vet right here. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I surround myself.
Let's go Navy.
Yeah, I surround myself with Navy vets. My older brother, he's a vet. Rest in peace, Army. His godfather and my godbrother, both in the military. And I have a bunch of LEOs as friends, like close personal friends.
So you got some good insight on what it is and what it takes.
Right.
And like my man S. said, shout out to all the military folks.
Yep.
We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the service.
Yep.
And we wouldn't be where we are without y'all. So
absolutely not.
Full salutes all the way to y'all. So I let the officer know I got the weapon.
Yep.
X, Y, and Z here, there.
You concealed carry holder.
It's in a closed position now. You're saying do I need to have it in a closed position if it's concealed carry? Do I need to have it in a backpack or a closed case or glove compartment?
Here's the thing. If you're a concealed carry holder, wherever you have it concealed, you have it concealed. As long as you have that permit, the permit's valid. The address on your driver's license matches the address on your concealed carry permit, and you've shared that with the officer who has initiated this police contact. You get that police contact, he'll give you instruction. He'll say, okay, so the pistol is here. Where's your ID? He'll either leave that stop all the way alone, or give you further direction to say, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you to do, and you follow his instructions. Don't make any type of fast moves. You want to ensure that you're making this officer comfortable, right? That you're trying to de-escalate and he's trying to de-escalate, even before it becomes a de-escalation process. It's like approaching a stray dog. You're not just gonna walk up to a stray dog with some sort of aggression, because he's gonna react with aggression.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a matter of you making him feel comfortable, and now he starts his training is going to automatically say, I want to make him feel comfortable and thank him for trying to go ahead and instill some trust. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's number one. So what if you're not a concealed carry holder, right? But you have a pistol in the car. what do you do?
So if I'm not a concealed carry holder,
That's correct.
and I do have a weapon on me,
You do have a weapon on you, and let's
that
just
means,
and for this example, let's just say you're carrying the way you should be carrying as a person who does not have a concealed carry permit, meaning it's in full view of the public. Meaning, if it's not in full view in the public and it's in your car, that it's in a locked compartment. Go.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I feel like these things are so tricky. You sort of have to
know the law,
walk the line, and know the exact specifics of what it is you got to do. So,
absolutely.
From my understanding, what I know thus far, granted, I'm virgin as can be in this.
Right.
I'm putting my gun on the dashboard. If it's got to be in clear eye view, I'm putting it on the dashboard.
Is that pre or post stop? Because both are wrong. I mean, your dashboard, that's not a safe place to have a pistol. Now, while it's okay
That's
to have
post stop. I mean, if I can get a stop, I'm gonna let them know, hey,
you're definitely.
I got a weapon right here.
If I'm a law enforcement officer and I walk up to your car and I see before even having a conversation with you, introducing myself, and I see a weapon on the dashboard, I'm like, this guy's out of his mind. I'm gonna need backup. you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, and this is why it's important. It's when I tell you it's important that you make a cognizant decision when you go buy a firearm and how you're going to use it if you're going to carry it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're going to carry it in your car, know what the laws are. Know what you're supposed to do and what
so
not
talk
supposed
to me about what I got to do if I got to open carry and I don't have a concealed carry permit. Where I got to have it? Where do I need to have it? What I got to do?
Well, I'll tell you first off, it's not going to be on your dashboard.
All right.
But if you're not a concealed carry holder, but you're a law-abiding citizen and you've purchased this firearm and you opt to carry in your car, for it not to be considered a concealed firearm, right? It needs to be in a locked compartment. So you have a glove box. Most glove boxes in the front, meaning in the dash, it has a lock on it where you can put the firearm in there and then you can lock it. If it's locked, fine. Now, what about your armrest that does not have a lock capability and you put it in there? No, that's now considered concealed carry.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So now you're gonna have a situation. Now you're gonna have a problem. You put it in your trunk. Your trunk is a locked compartment. You know, if you're traveling, you're not a concealed carry holder, just to go ahead and provide a little bit of extra I don't know, not so much, well, security, yes, security, safety, and trust. You know, put a lock on the firearm itself, so if the officer happens to go ahead and you know, take a look in your trunk because you've told him, I have a firearm in my trunk. It's locked up in my trunk and I have a lock on it. Well, at that point in time, now it's okay for him to go ahead and say, okay, I'd like to go ahead and inspect the firearm. You know, there's search and seizure. Know your laws. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a professional with all of that, but I understand the concept of search and seizure when it comes to anything, your private property and your private person. You can deny it, but if the officer has reasonable, articulable suspicion to say, hey, I'd like to go ahead and inspect your firearm to make sure it's being carried safe. If you're a law-abiding citizen and you have nothing to hide, and it's a lawful stop, meaning that you were stopped because you've done something, you know, an infraction or what have you. Yes, he has the authority to go ahead and ask to go ahead and search your vehicle. You can decline it, but if it's articulable, you know, he's able to go ahead and do that.
All right. Okay. I mean, that seems pretty simple. So I just got to keep it locked up if I don't have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
In a locked situation, either a glove compartment where it has a lock on it.
Yeah.
Or my trunk, which is
Or your trunk.
technically locked.
Or a
Right.
locked box. You could have it in a locked box in your vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or in a lockbox inside my vehicle.
Inside your vehicle, correct.
Doesn't matter where in the vehicle I have the lockbox.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, outside of that, I mean, it seems pretty simple. Keep it locked if I don't have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
Same thing if I do have a concealed carry permit, but I have more leeway
Yeah.
to be able to put it in my glove compartment.
Yeah. Unlocked or on your body, off body or on body carry.
On body or off body. If I have it on body, concealed carry,
Yeah.
then I just need to let them know that I do have the weapon on me.
Yeah. And where it's located.
Where it's located.
And where your ID is located, your credentials, your permit and stuff. Because you wait for direction. You let them know where it's at. You wait for direction.
So I walk them through. I have my weapon here.
Yeah.
I have my ID here.
Yeah.
What would you like me to do next?
That's it.
That's
it. And at the end of the day, right? If you're so uncomfortable, if he says, "Yeah, just give me your ID," if you're so uncomfortable, you are okay to say, "Officer, I'd prefer if you get my ID for your safety and mine." That's okay. That's okay to go ahead and say that. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary. It's not mandatory. But we have a climate that we're in right now, and you know, it is what it is. But it's okay to go ahead and say that. If you're uncomfortable, if you're nervous, if you're not getting a good vibe from the officer, and you don't feel that the officer is getting a good vibe from you, there's nothing wrong with saying, "You know what, officer, I wouldn't mind if you get my ID. I'll tell you where it is, and you have permission to go ahead and pull that out and inspect it, and then, you know, go from there. Wait for further instruction."
All right.
That's it, man.
Good stuff. I appreciate that. Now I know.
No doubt.
I get it. I understand it. Let's get it.
Knowing is definitely half the battle, man. I thank all y'all for tuning in. It's been another episode of Citizen to a Citizen Pause. This is important information. It's my man Lex.
Yes, sir.
And stop tuning out. 2 up, 2 down, 2A.